What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of According to the Content. Hope you guys are liking the video so far. With that being said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into today's video. We are talking about none other than Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G. Baby. The critically acclaimed rapper first burst onto the rap scene in 1993 with his first solo single, Party and Bullsh, that was featured on the Who's the Man movie soundtrack. He would then later release his classic debut album, Ready to Die, in September of 1994. The album was a huge hit, eventually selling millions of copies, spurred by the hit singles Juicy, Big Papa, and One More Chance. Biggie would go on to be a featured artist on numerous other hit songs over the years that only added to his fame, stardom, and hip hop legacy. In March of 1997, Biggie would go on to release his second album entitled Life After Death, which was sadly released just 2 weeks after his untimely death. That album, which was also a double album, is also considered a hip hop classic and was a massive hit, selling over 10 million records worldwide. Biggie was no doubt a great, well rounded artist who had all of the right skills, from flow to lyrics to storytelling, hit record making ability, creativity, etc. etc. I mean, he had it. Biggie till this day is still considered by many to not only be in the top 5 greatest rappers of all time, but many even have him as the greatest rapper of all time. And that's where I draw the line. Biggie was great. Biggie was dope. Biggie could outshine 95% of today's MCs, but Biggie is by no means a top 5 MC, nor is he the greatest MC of all time. To me, he's overrated. Not by his own fault, but just in general by hip hop pundits. Biggie gets way too much credit for being an all time great MC. Let me explain. For one, Biggie had a very short career. As I mentioned earlier, his first solo single came out in 1993, and he was dead within the first 3 months of 1997. That's only a time frame of 4 years. It's even shorter if we strictly go by the time when he released his first album in September of 1994. We're not about a full 4 year career since he died in March of 1997, which is a full 6 months before his debut album was released. So let me ask you this question. If Jay-Z, Tupac, Nas, LL Cool J, Rakim, etc., only had a 3 to 4 year career total in rapping, would they be in the running to be a top 5 rapper of all time? That answer would be no. Why? Because your career needs to be consistent and also needs to stand the test of time. Any talented artist can make a classic album or two in a short time frame, but the true test is if they can sustain that level or close to it for longer than just a few years, or dare I say, a few decades, like the artists I mentioned. Now, I know what you're probably saying. Well, it's not his fault he died at a young age, and you would be right. But all I'm saying is, if we're gonna hold every artist to a standard when critiquing them and their overall career, we got to do the same for Biggie. And unfortunately, he doesn't meet that standard, and is not even close. Second reason Biggie is overrated is a no-brainer to me. He only had 2 albums. Yes, just 2 albums. And I know Life After Death was a double album and can be considered 3 in total, but he still falls short of the goalpost. You need at least 4 albums in your body of work that you made, not posthumous albums, not mashups, not re-releases with new songs, etc., etc. No, I'm talking about 4 original bodies of work that you made before your life or career ended. And again, Biggie once again falls short. Now let's be clear. Biggie being overrated is not his fault at all. He couldn't help that his life got cut short, but at the same time, that doesn't exclude him from being held to certain standards when we're talking about the greatest MCs of all time. He was no doubt great, but with all of his shortcomings, there's simply no way to know if this was lightning in a bottle or if he was capable of sustaining this greatness over time, like his peers, who many of them still release new music to this present day. All right, there you have it. That's the end of this video. But as always, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm going to be interested on this one, man. I really want to hear from you guys. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time with another video on According to the Content. Peace.